This is stupid. To this day.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. You seen what he did on Facebook, right? Listen, I'm gonna make a motherfucking emoji like this. Look.
Browne production.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather.
It was boring. No fight.
My life has always been a fight. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got to. You don't think you're being overly critical to a guy that took a body shot and didn't go down?
That's no pressure. That's just my style. My style's to dominate.
Took that body shot, didn't go down. Why you mad? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another one. TBV, hashtag TBV podcast, whatever hashtags are used. Me and Mike are back with some more morning boxing talk, and we're mixing things up. We actually doing more than just one topic. So it's Bob Arum criticizing Eddie Hearn, calling him clueless because Eddie thought he would take over America. And obviously pay-per-views and all that good stuff that we're going to get into. And then, a good friend of the show, been on here numerous times. We've interviewed him throughout his career. Lamont Peterson, the multiple division champion, hangs up the gloves last night after a knockout loss by the hands of Sergey Lipinets. So this is what we're going to be talking this morning. If you're just joining us, hit that thumbs up button as you're joining the live stream. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets me and Mike know that you like that we continue to come around here every morning talking boxing regardless of topic. A lot of people complain about that heavyweight division and how it's getting tired. Here we are talking a little more than just that. So hopefully you guys tune in and participate. The number to do that is 1-425-569-5241. Press one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget, you can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype and become part of the conversation. Now, you can download that Skype app absolutely free on your iPhone app market or the Android app market. So definitely download that. While you're there, download the Patreon app absolutely free. And join us on Beating the Odds with TBV, Common Creeping Thursdays, Prospect Wednesdays, which we're changing, Film Study Tuesdays, and Untitled on Mondays. What up? Good morning, Mike.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and missed. 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, the king back. Hear ye, all you mother. Now, good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. And big ups to my guy, Dollar DiBiase, you know what I'm saying? I talked to him last night. I'm going to get that intro rocking, you know what I'm saying? It's already the best intro on TBV, but put a little sprinkle on it, you know what I'm saying? Get that shit really rocking, you feel me? But yeah, man, we're definitely back with another one. Bob Arum those jabs at Eddie Hearn, you know what I'm saying? Called him clueless, criticized his U.S. promotional tactics, and says that he's a little bit too cocky, too much in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying? But Bob is getting up there in age, so Bob is just one. Like my grandma always told me, I'm what you say, like I was a kid. I'm 81 years old. I can say what the hell I want to say, you know what I'm saying? So it seems like that's what Bob's doing, and also Lipinets and Peterson had a damn good scrap last night. I'm kind of mad that we didn't stay around for a live fight chat, but definitely those guys had a hell of a scrap, and let's go ahead and talk about that fight too. But what's going on, Nestor Gibbs?
Well, Fab, I watched the Peterson fight, and for a few seconds he started off well, but from the opening round, you knew it was going to be a fight. And you knew Peterson was fighting the wrong fight, which was funny because in that first round, he had shades of everything. He had shades of what he should do, what he should not do, and, what happens when you do what you're not supposed to do was all in the first round. This fight was Peterson's to win and lose, and he chose to lose. He didn't box when he needed. Whenever he would pepper the jab, he could, this dude at will could land a double jab right hand at will. It was up to him to pivot and use his legs to get out. If you could have took both Petersons last night and made one, he would have got the win. One wouldn't have got the draw, because you needed Anthony's legs with Lamont's IQ and accuracy. It didn't work out for Lamont.
I like the way Lipinets was staying in the pocket, always staying like, what do Paulie always say? Always right there in front of your face, so that mental pressure is. I'm fucking echoing. But yeah, Lipinets came out and really put the pressure on Peterson, man. I like the game plan from Joe Goosen, just be very, very active, and it looked like he was pairing a lot of shots, catching shots on the glove and firing back, and he was catching Lamont with some shit that I was like, damn. And I gotta go back to what I said last week. The fight with Errol Spence, man, may have took a lot out of Lamont, and the fight last night, just in my opinion, I thought Lamont was a better fighter than Lipinets, and thought he was going to get the victory. But Lipinets showed maybe he could be a player. I
don't know about all that, champ. I don't know about all that. Like I said, this was Lamont's fight to lose. I think it was more what Lamont didn't do. Like, he fought the wrong fight. It's not like
you can't say that, man. He was in the ring and fighting, bro.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, but he fought the wrong fight. Whenever, like I said, whenever he felt like fighting the right fight, Lipinets couldn't do nothing about it.
What does this say about Mikey Garcia's fucking chin?
I mean, it says a lot, or it doesn't say anything at all. The rumor was Lipinets was struggling. After that fight, he didn't go back down. He came up. So after the Mikey fight, he never fought at 35 again. So I don't know.
140.
Yeah, 40. He never fought there again. So I don't know. Look, you got to give Mikey credit. He dropped Lipinets, all that, but there was, rumors of weight issues for Lipinets. I mean, they talked about it on telecast anyway, and that's why
Joe Wilson was like, I don't see how the hell this guy made 140. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of thick at 147 coming in.
And they were saying that he's still trying to make 140, and Goosen's the one saying like, yo, he shouldn't even try.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that Lamont came in like around 145 last night. Well, 145 at the weigh-in. So Sergey had like 2 pounds on him to begin, you know what I'm saying, the fight. And I got to get my hats off to Sergey Lipinets, man. In that hostile environment, hostile crowd, he stuck to his game plan. He stuck to his pressure and stuck to his constant punch selection. And I think it was a good performance last night from Lipinets. I'm excited to see where Lipinets goes from here. Like, what?
Speaking of where he goes, Brandon Maurice's opinion is that we shouldn't be surprised if Lipinets gets the Thurman fight. I think Thurman got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? That are of the same risk, higher reward. Pacquiao, Sean Porter.
I would push Lipinets towards the Danny Garcia fight. Give Danny a nice little Granados. Get him Sergey.
We need to see Danny, bro, and how he's gonna be here. Like, I want to see Danny get a performance like he did on Brandon Rios. If he could do Granados the way he did Rios, I'm back on that bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? But if you struggle versus Granados, I mean, it's
I never left the Danny bandwagon. I mean, right now, Danny lost to Thurman, Danny lost to Porter, 2 top 5 welterweights in the game. So I'm not off the Danny bandwagon, but I do think he needs to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Get the Granados.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. You could word it that way if you want, and it's all cute. But the bottom line is he was the underdog in both of those fights. So
was he in the Porter fight?
Yeah. So it's not about like on the bandwagon, never off. It's just like he ain't getting the wins, bro. Like he ain't getting the wins. You know what I'm saying? Like he getting the wins when he's not the underdog, and that's versus Rios. And then when he's not the underdog, he's not getting the wins. Like he did in the past, you know, Lucas, Amir Khan, those were underdog fights. But that's what people been saying. Like it's a long time ago. Like we need him to get right. So all I want him to do is not struggle with Granados. Then it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He's of that level. Because do you think Porter struggles with Granados?
Porter already fought Granados.
Did he struggle?
Went 12.
Did he struggle? He went 12 with Browne. No, I mean, you know, everybody go 12. Is struggling and going 12 is two different.
I mean, Granados did have some success, but Porter, I believe Porter injured his hand like in the 7th or 8th round. So.
Let me saying he did, and I don't know if that he did means he did struggle.
Yeah. I mean, Granados definitely had some success against Porter.
I mean, we're gonna have to see, like I said, what Danny does, man.
Honestly, man, Granados, he's a tough out for anybody.
Yeah, Mike, he's the tough out, but he never got the win. His biggest win is Amir Iman.
Yes.
He never got a welterweight win. He never got a solid 140-pound win.
Some people thought he was jabbed against Adrian Browne.
Exactly, but he never got that win. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is Danny is supposed to be on a different level. You could say what you want about Granados about being tough, but he never got the Danny type wins. He never beat an Amir Khan. He never beat a Lucas Matisse. You know what I mean? So I just want to, I'm trying to say Granados, until he proves it differently, is like Herrera, you know? I can't even say Vargas because Vargas won the world title. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, Danny's expected to win.
Yeah. Danny is expected to be like one of the showcase fights from Danny. I mean, I don't think Danny is going. Like many people think Danny is going in, and he's the underdog. So I agree with you, but I'm just saying, Granado's been in some tough fights with some tough people. Browne, Porter. I mean, beat Amir Iman. So I mean, it's not like Granados is like a walkover. You know what I'm saying? And I would definitely love to get Granados on the show.
He's not a walkover, but like he ain't been on his level, is what I'm saying. Like he never beat this level. So now,
he never beat this level, but he's definitely been on this level.
If he beats Danny, he's in the mix. And that's what I'm saying. Danny not supposed to get beat by him. To show that he's in that category with Crawford, Earl, Porter, Thurman. It's simple, man. Like, do you see Granados beating Crawford, Earl, Thurman?
Of course not.
All right, then. So that's what I'm saying. Danny needs to make sure that he wipes this guy out so he could be mentioned in that list. Because if not, that's the thing. Like right now, we always think Danny may or may not struggle.
So Danny got to go in and blast this guy out, even though Porter and Browne didn't.
And if it ain't blasting him, it's got to be like unanimous, bro. It's got to be everybody sees that it was separate. You know, that it was different leagues here.
I hear you, man. But what was your thoughts on Lamont Peterson hanging it up, man? He thought it was about that time.
Nah, I think that was rushed, man. I
thought so too.
I think Peterson, you know, he got plenty of fights. He got the Jamal James and stuff out there, but I get it. When you've been a world champ, 2 division champ, you know, if he wants to consider his regular title that, and at welterweight, then it's like you've been there. So if you feel you can't get there again, like why just do it? You know, why just do it? Like he sees the landscape, you know, he sees that it's Earl with a belt, it's Thurman with a belt. So he had to decide that. But I still think, you know, fights with him and Ugas, him and Jamal James, any other welterweights coming up, like we need those guys. Like if Peterson hangs it up and Berto hangs it up, Floyd hung it up, you know, Thurman with his injuries, he's one good ass whooping away from hanging it up. I hope not. That's my man's, even though he hating me now. But yeah, I mean, we need those guys. And they gone. They leaving. You know, Collazo's still there. And look, he beat Samuel Vargas, you know. I thought he would stop Vargas. He got the decision, right?
Say that again.
Collazo stopped Vargas, so he got the decision.
You know better than me. You always like Collazo.
Yeah, nah, man. I actually got to go back and watch that Sammy Vargas one. I don't know where I was at.
Collazo did fight. Collazo, I believe he stopped Vargas.
Man.
Yeah. He did stop Vargas.
That's crazy because I ain't get the bet on that one because we was over there, right?
I don't remember when that fight was. I think it was that Sunday when we got back that Conlon card.
Nah, he got a split decision, bro.
Oh, he did? I thought he got a stoppage.
I wanted him to get the stoppage. I thought he would, but Sammy keeps proving tough. But that's what I'm saying. Sammy and Granados, that's the fight. Which one is the tougher out the two? Because neither got that win. Like, they just known for giving them good rounds and shit like that.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but Sammy Vargas, I think Granados handles him not easy, but I think he definitely beats him. And Luis Collazo.
I hope Bob gives Lewis another fight. Because look, Lewis got this 2017. Yo, look at this poor thing, man. 2015's Keith Thurman. 2017 Samuel Vargas. 2018 Brian Pereira. 2019 Samuel Vargas. It's like, damn, son, one fight per year, and then you're going to get fed to Crawford, man. Give him another tune-up, bro. Give him another Samuel Vargas type. You know, we needed a Granados for Collazo.
You'll probably fight somebody like Mean Machine or some shit.
Oh, you think that's what I thought they was going the Crawford route. Why? Damn, they going to use Collazo to build Mean Machine?
Probably, I mean, that'd be.
I guess it makes more sense. It does more for Mean Machine than it does for Crawford, right?
Absolutely, makes Mean Machine look like he's a welterweight that's in the division to cause some problems. I don't know much about Mean Machine, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get on the bandwagon on the train, but I would like to see him face a little bit more competition before he moves towards that Crawford fight. But yeah, man, we can go ahead and get to this Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying, laying down a gauntlet, you know what I'm saying, coming through and telling Eddie Hearn how it is. Let me get to some quotes from that article. Article was brought to us by World Boxing News. Big ups to him. First quote from Bob Arum says that Eddie Hearn is a okay guy, but he's too full of himself to be really effective. Dazn has been doing events in the U.S. Everybody looking at it knows that it is a mash. He's spending money on these ridiculous programs on Dazn that nobody cares about.
I mean, yo, it's not like we ain't been saying that. Like, you know,
we did have a little poll. Like, we try to.
Dazn card that just got on. It's like, that's not catering to America. That's not what Bob doing is different. He's giving us the ability to see UK cards while still putting a very healthy US schedule. So if you want to see Frank Warren's, now you have the access. No more illegal streams. But what Eddie's doing is like, here's one American mixed with like 18 Brits. And it's like, that shit ain't doing it for me. You know, watching
you can't name one American that was on that card last weekend.
No, DAZN is a US broadcaster, and they showing me nothing but Matchroom UK.
And that's a trick right there. It's not. It's been
US broadcaster.
It's been presented to us like it's it is the boxing US broadcaster for like Matchroom. But truth be told, DAZN is in a lot more countries. So
yeah, but that don't got nothing to do with the US.
It ain't got nothing to do with it with the US, but the people that they put on, you know what I'm saying, might be from other countries. I know we want to see more U.S. fighters.
And that shit still don't got nothing to do with the conversation because the people that they putting on are in the UK and UK don't got Dazn. So the UK audience can't even see this. They only go see it on Sky. So it's limiting Dazn. By putting fucking UK Sky fighters on Dazn, the only people that could watch it is the US public that doesn't know Sky Sports fucking fighters. They not making no money off this shit. Hakan, what up? Good afternoon.
What's up, guys? Sorry that I'm late. I agree with what you just said, Nez. I do think that Eddie putting all those British fighters on in the US is actually damaging both the Zone and the Sky cards over here too, because the cards here have been so weak this year. Like we haven't had good cards yet.
Y'all like we didn't know what we was getting when Eddie came out.
No, the UK didn't know what they were getting.
I mean, the UK.
I didn't know either. I didn't know. Look, I was excited. I said, "Oh yeah, finally! I don't got to get an illegal link. I can see Sky Sports fighters."
Exactly.
All right, but I didn't say that's all I'm gonna get. I didn't.
Who said that's all you're gonna get? You got Tevin Foreman last. I mean, last weekend.
But then Mike, he's right though.
You got Hamid McGee. You got Jesse Vargas. You got Big Baby.
Yeah, but Mike, the June 1st card, AJ's debut.
Anthony Sims Jr.
But AJ's debut in America, the June 1st against Joe Miller. That's Eddie's literally said he's going to match up Americans against all Brits. Like he's putting Brits all on the if there hadn't been so many cards with so many Brits over there in the US already, then that would be an interesting concept. It would be like America versus the UK, and it's something for people to get excited about. However, because we've seen so many of them, at times that aren't friendly for the UK public. So it's not like it works in our favor by them being as exposed to the US. But Eddie's come out and said, well, there's more money there. Why would fighters come out and say, oh, I want to fight in the UK at the O2 when they know they can make more fighting over in the States? So it works. It's what's attracting these UK fighters to go fight in the States. There's more money over there,
bruh. And that's another thing. That's another thing. Like I read a review yesterday, and the dude went through great lengths. Wrote about a paragraph and a half of how I'm making it in a US UK thing and how I'm making it seem like there's more money in America. And literally, Barry Hearn and Eddie Hearn this week have come out and said that there's more money in America. Bob Arum come out and said that, Wilder was right by not taking the offer because he would be limiting himself and putting a cap on the salary. Fucking Barry Hearn was around those same lines. He wasn't mad that Wilder didn't take it. And when Eddie was interviewed by Jack, the goal is obviously to have all matchroom fighters on U.S. cards. He's saying the U.S. is paying better. DAZN is paying more. So I don't know. I mean, it looks like we were right all along. And the mecca of boxing is America. At one point, I remember the UK guys had like 13 champions, and that's where everything really got messed up. Because it's like, oh, look, we got all the chance. We're in control now. And it's just like, bro, at the end of the day, the big fight's still going to be over here. It's still going to be over here. You can have 18,000 belts. Still going to be over here. And I'm glad that these promoters are finally telling them to their face. That's why the Luke Campbells of the world are getting on last-minute Philadelphia cards, on undercards. And you know what? Eddie needs to be pushed to come because I'm not satisfied just knowing that America pays better. I want to know why. How does Luke Campbell receive more money on a 1 week 1 week notice undercard Philadelphia fight? I don't know. It was like less than 6,000 people there.
Hey, Luke Campbell, a gold medalist too, Hakan?
Yeah, I believe he is. However, the issue is, Nez, even if you said, for example, there's 6,000 people there, if you put 6,000 on a UK card, for example, the gate alone is going to make more in America. So that gate alone will make more in America than it would in the UK. Sky isn't paying that much for, I don't know, Luke Campbell on an undercard as he would most likely earn if you give him a small amount of that gate as well. They just make more money there. It's crazy because I do remember at a point in time where a lot of UK people, myself included, believed that the bigger place was the UK. We looked at AJ doing 90,000. We looked at 78,000 in Cardiff. We looked at all these stadium fights. However, when you see the likes of AJ getting career high paydays in America, that's when you know that the shift is there. And when you see the top heavyweights and the top fighters earning big money, you have to remember that these other fighters that aspire to be on that level are going to say, well, why am I going to stay here in the UK to potentially fight on Sky when Eddie Hearn looks like he's kind of neglected the UK public. He's kind of neglected the UK cards. The cards, they haven't been that good yet. You could argue other channels have had better cards. So these fighters are looking at it and saying, okay, well, he was meant to do 16 UK shows and he was meant to do 5 pay-per-views, but now it's looking like Eddie Hearn's doing 3 pay-per-views in the UK this year. He's doing more shows over there. He's coming out and saying the Philly show was the best that DAZN have done so far. So it's going to be attractive to the fighters too. They're going to hear their promoters say this and say, okay, well, I need to be in America. Joshua Buatsi, he just won. And they're saying we need to put him on June 1st immediately. As long as his hands are fine and he passes certain checks, we want him out there on the AJ undercard. Because for them, it's like, you can make more money there. We need to expose you to the US public rather than we need to build you up in the UK like they did with AJ.
I think Eddie Hearn is on his young Al Heyman shit. When Al first got with HBO, he was doing things that to the public, to the writers, it was ridiculous. It's like, how is he giving Berto $1.2 million, $1 million to fight Freddie Hernandez on HBO? How is he paying Gary Russell a couple $100,000 to fight an 8-rounder on HBO? And that's what I'm starting to say. And then at the end, let me finish. So when it all was said and done, the rumors and the headlines on all the blogs and all the boxing scene articles was Heyman, ruined HBO. He wiped them out to use their money as startup, etc. And I gotta wonder, is Eddie doing that? Because again, I'm not a moron, Mike. Like, you can't tell me Luke Campbell has more value in the US. How is DAZN paying Luke more here in the US? Like, Luke Campbell isn't attracting me to DAZN more. It's not making me push the app anymore. So what I'm saying by saying that is this. My man sees the bag is out there, and he's like, fuck that. I'm getting my roster paid. When they stop this cash flow, they stop it. Till then, Luke Campbell, come box in America versus anybody. We're going to give you a career high payday. AJ, your toughest fight was Vladimir Klitschko. Fuck that. We're going to pay you more versus Big Baby, a dude that's never been on this level.
You think that's what Eddie out here doing?
My man. What else is I don't see any.
I never thought about that. Damn.
Listen,
that's a good argument point.
Skipper to sit down and be like, hold up, man. We gave you how many million? And what you did? Because really, what the fuck did he do? And this ain't a bash Eddie Hearn thing, but if you're trying to get the US customer, what have you done for me?
6 months,
AJ Miller, okay.
They built up AJ Miller. He built up, well, he didn't really build up Jacobs on DAZN, but he got Jacobs a big fight May 4th. It's not like he's not.
Okay, you got 2 fights.
Okay.
What else we got? He
done brought Tevin Foreman through the ranks, got his name buzzing. Tevin Foreman wasn't the star that he was.
That's cool. Is Tevin Foreman making people sign up to DAZN?
We had a house full of people down in Dallas that actually took time out of our little hanging out and tuned into the Tevin Foreman fight. So, I mean, apparently people...
One of those guys was a casual.
Nah.
Who there didn't know Tevin Foreman?
Okay, I see your point. I'm
just saying, bro. I'm like, Ryan Garcia, cool. That's a Golden Boy thing.
Before we get to that, hold on, Rip, hold on.
Track Americans, he'll track some Mexican Americans.
Before we get to that, get it to another quote. DAZN itself will be much better advised by having fights other than Canelo, which will get a lot of attention. They will be much better off DAZN turning over their domestic programming in the U.S. to Oscar's Golden Boy. At least Oscar knows the market, particularly the Hispanic market. Eddie does not have a clue. For example, he did a fight in Philly on Friday night. There wasn't much attendance. One of the reasons is they sold the tickets out of the UK when the fight was in Philly. I don't understand how that right there. But back to the Oscar point. Do you think DAZN would be better having Oscar lead the charge instead of Eddie?
No. It's not about, and no. To answer that forward and bluntly, no. Eddie is the man that you need speaking. Fucking Oscar's horrible. Bottom line, I've been going to Oscar press conferences forever. He reads off a paper. He repeats the word tremendous a million times. No, Eddie knows boxing. Eddie knows his fighter's resume. Eddie doesn't need a paper. He doesn't need nobody to give him a bio. None of that shit. He knows what he needs to say and he knows how to say it. He's a great promoter. I just think that's what he's doing, being great. He sees a cash flow and they're going to take advantage. They're going to take advantage. Then again, this theory doesn't make any sense, Akam, because he is a partner in Dazn. So why are you bleeding your partner dry? But when you're telling me publicly that Luke Campbell is being paid more money in America on an American broadcaster, I don't get the mathematics. I don't understand how we got there because America doesn't care about Luke Campbell. And I mean that with the utmost respect. That translates to we are not opening up the DAZN app. I'm not going to my smart TV looking for applications and clicking the DAZN because Luke Campbell is fighting the dude that I still, and none of my other co-hosts have yet mentioned who the fuck he fought in Philly the other day. We don't even know. So how is Luke Campbell being paid more in America? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a tricky one. It's tricky, especially because I don't believe that Luke Campbell has that big of a following in the UK either. So I don't know whether it was a move where Eddie. I remember when the news first came out, Eddie Hearn did make a big deal about how he was going to use DAZN as a platform to promote the UK fighters. But the issue is UK fighters need to be promoted in the UK too. They need to be established there. It's like when he, for example, brought Anthony Sims Jr. over to the UK, and he's really been begging for it in a lot of interviews. Anthony Sims Jr. said, "I want to fight in the UK." The UK is like, I feel like my people are there. That's great. But a talent like Anthony Sims Jr., if you want to build him into a star, he needs to be developed in the US. He can't be developed in the UK because he's not from the UK. So when you have a platform and you have a platform as big as the US that have millions of people that support, a lot of them, when they have their fighter and they like their fighter, they support their fighter, it's important for them to be developed there. So I don't really understand this whole bringing UK fighters over there, but Eddie Hearn is actually doing what he said initially he was going to do, which was use DAZN as the platform to establish these UK fighters over in America. So
I just think for Luke Campbell,
the graphic of all his fights and just could see, undercards and everything, see who's been here, because I swear for the life of me, I can't remember. The one that's on my mind, obviously, is the best one, which was the Philadelphia. Tevin Carr, Jonah Carl, Rosado Selecki. I don't know who Kelly Teller fought. Can't remember that. But Sparrow, Hunt Lundy, that was a card that I was interested in. But I don't remember.
We seen Bivol on the zone. We seen better Beav on the zone. I mean, we seen some good fights.
Bivol versus who, though?
Who?
Bivol versus who?
Joe Smith Jr.?
Oh, that's right. That was the other day, and that was in Verona. Who was on the undercard?
Oh shit. Callum Johnson and Circuit Moneyhead got knocked out.
Oh, okay. But that you see, so you brought
Callum Johnson came over and like, damn, he got a knockout. Like, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. As an American, I'm supposed to tune into, no disrespect, but the club fighter and Shawnee Monahan fighting a UK guy I never heard of.
I mean, I think the reason you would tune in because Bivol is fighting, he's headlining, so it might just be some residual.
As an American, I'm tuning in for what's his first name?
Dimitri
Bivol versus Joe Smith Jr. That has to do it for me. That's the main event.
I mean, two guys who both been on HBO. Bivol been on HBO knocking motherfuckers out. Joe Smith Jr. got a big knockout over Bernard Hopkins. So they're just, you know what I'm saying, just hoping for some of their residual to go over to DAZN.
Okay. I mean, that was one of the, and I can't complain, that was one of their higher level named fight. Joe Smith Jr., someone in boxing, Bivol, someone in boxing. What other cards do you remember?
Top of my head, it was a Better Beef card. I think it was in
Johnson, right?
Yeah, it was in Chicago where Big Baby headline. Also, Clarissa Shields been on the zone before. She fought Hannah
Gabriel's.
No, not Gabriel. Not Gabriel. Hannah Rankins on the zone. That was in there was a Big Baby card too. I mean, like, I'm pulling out my ass, I know, but the zone,
but that's what I'm saying. Big Baby versus Thomas Adamick was supposed to bring you in, or Big Baby versus Inu was supposed to bring you in to see those people that you're mentioning, or those people coupled with Big Baby was supposed to bring you in. I just don't know that they're doing that.
They got Mighty Mo Hooker on the zone too. Don't forget about him.
He didn't headline.
Is it an issue where the expectations for the zone, based on how much they're spending, are too high right now?
I don't think so. I think they just need time. I'm not rushing them. I know every business needs at least that 2 years. You know, they're starting to gather or acquire, fighters and put together a schedule. Like, now we know Canelo, Jacobs, winner of that. Something's going to happen in that division. Now they got Gennady. It's starting to happen, but that's the zone as a whole. We were criticizing Eddie because of Bob saying he's clueless, and I'm looking at it like, the zone isn't clueless. Eddie is acting clueless to me because he's not drawing me in with Callum Johnson.
What about Demetrius Andre? I mean, he scooped him up. He
didn't draw me in. Like, I was like, oh shit, Eddie got Demetrius Andre. Yeah. He got him a tight strike. Yeah. It's versus Joe Saunders. Yeah. What? It got canceled. What? He ain't fight. Who is he fight? Who? Nah, I ain't got time for that. I ain't watching.
They haven't put the big fights on yet. I think that's also what hasn't necessarily played in their favor. They haven't put they haven't made big fights yet.
Their fault. It's not that. Look,
I was gonna say they ain't got the roster yet. They
that's what I'm saying. It's gonna take them a while for them to get that roster. I don't think that they have. Obviously, in the middleweight division, they've got like a strong foothold because they've got majority, if not all, of the champions. However, in the other divisions, or in the heavyweight division, for example, I know that they've got Usyk now, and they've got AJ, and but they haven't really got. You're not looking at them making these huge fights. When you've got Wilder coming out and he's saying, I'd rather stay with Showtime, these things are delaying big fights happening on the platform. I think once they have these big fights, which will take time, I think it will probably turn the tide a bit. But I think as it is, it's been pretty underwhelming based on, if you look at it from they've spent a lot of money. A lot of these fighters are coming out and saying they've been offered this. Adrian Broner was made offers. Big fighters have been made big offers, but a lot of these offers that were made or allegedly made, a lot of them were turned down also. So I think it is just going to take them time. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, man.
And while we're speaking on the zone, don't forget we got the sign-up link in our description box. I don't know if today's the last day. Today is the last day, so
at the grandfathered price
of $9.99. Yep. And then it goes up to $19.99 tomorrow, a month. So if you want to go ahead and get it for the $9.99 and get your first month free, go ahead and sign up now, and the link is in our description.
And if you sign up today, you can get each month by month at $10. Whereas if you sign up to 26, it will be $20 month by month, and only $8 if you choose to pay the $100 one-time fee for the year.
One time.
If you're just tuning in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Quite a few hundred people watching. Not the same number of thumbs up. Would be nice if the
It's not a heavyweight topic, man. What do you expect? It's not a heavyweight stuff. We ain't talking heavyweights today.
I know, but I just want to have the same number of watching equate the number of thumbs up. It would just like be whoa. But I mean,
I think that's it. I don't know if
we done. It's over.
He just said he needs to take some more lessons from his dad. So that's about it.
I mean, you know what that means? Marination. His dad like marination. You know,
The
all
marination. Bob talking
old
about
school.
fucking 2020 for fucking Wilder Fury.
I'm
God
telling you,
damn.
all the old school promoters think marination. Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Barry Hearn. All of them. Don't forget, we're accepting Border Wars signups. Sign up closes April 15th. So the link is in the chat. Shout out to our moderator, Jemmy. Put the link in the chat. You can head on over to boxingvoice.com/Border Wars.
I'm trying to see where we at. When it
Don't
comes
forget, if you got a friend in a wheelchair that's pretty, physical or wants to get physical, Mike looking for some smoke. We trying to shut his mouth up. He be talking like he tough. We want to put that shit to the test, man, for real. All
hey,
this.
we almost to 100. So tell a friend to sign up to the Boxing Voice.
I know, man. I woke up this morning and said, I can't believe we still not at 100K, man. It's like, what the fuck? Where the love at, man?
Nez, what's the date for the next Border Wars? Just so that the listeners know.
June 1st or May 31st. But it's definitely one of those 2 days. It depends on all the fighters. Once all the fighters are set and we got the card, then we talk with the fighters, see what days they're coming in, because everyone's economics are different and, when they land, and we try to get the best date, but it's always between the Friday and the Saturday.
We got a super chat from Pheno619 Villa. Shout out from San Diego. West Coast up early working. Got you guys in the earbuds all day. Appreciate you, Philo, man. I mean, Pheno. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the love, man. I know it's about 6:45 over there in the West Coast, so you started with us about 6. Man, shout outs to you, big homie.
That's right, man. Listen, one day this is gonna be the breakfast show of choice. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Let me get to this roll call. Big Nick, what's going on? Am, what's going on? Rick F, what's going on? B Paul, I seen you out there. Marley B, what's up? What's up? Marketable, what's going on, man? What's up, R&V? What's up, Roof 504? What's up, NO? Everybody out there in the chat, man, that's supporting and rock with us every day, man. What's going on?
Yeah.
Red Apples, Wayne. I know y'all niggas out there hating. What's up?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Every time I hear El Camino, I think about one of them car trucks.
What, like a Tesla?
No, one of them car trucks. Like, remember the old car trucks, the El Camino?
No, I never seen El Camino. I thought it was Gran Torino.
You never seen a El Camino?
Nah.
It's like a little, literally, it's a car truck, bro.
Wasn't it the movie with Clint Eastwood?
That's Gran Torino.
Oh.
El Camino is like a little, I can't really say it any better than a damn car truck. I mean, it's what it is. The front part of it is a car.
The car in the back is a pickup, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I've seen those back in the day. Let me get to Troy in Baltimore. Good morning, brother.
What's going on, Troy?
Morning. Got a question for you, man. With all this money being thrown around, and not just in boxing, but in sports in general, has it taken the sport out of sports? I mean, because I'm always going to love boxing, but I'm not in love with it anymore. I mean, I guess with all this money, it just doesn't seem like sport anymore. What's the drive for the athlete now to actually want to achieve anything if you're getting paid in advance for something you haven't done?
Nigga, that's just like saying what's the motivation for LeBron or what's the motivation for Giannis or what's the motivation for Steph Curry. Just because you got a guaranteed contract, nigga, if you're a competitor and you made it this far in your respective field, that means you are hungry. That means you want to win. That don't mean you want to come in and lay down. And boxing could be a little bit different because people are getting hit in the face. But I'm saying the prime example, Michael Garcia already got paid before he even got in the ring. He could have laid down, you know what I'm saying? Right. He was getting his ass whooped. But what did he do? He stayed in like a true champ. Went with the whole 12 rounds. Didn't run, didn't stop, didn't quit.
He fought like a fool. He fought like a fool because he really should have used speed and timing to beat Spence, but he tried to.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about quitting. Did he quit?
I didn't say quit. I said is money taking the sport out of sports. That has nothing to do with quit. You went off on something else.
All right, Troy.
I understand the point you're making, Troy. However, you have to remember it is prize fighting. Like it is about money. These fighters aren't just risking their lives for nothing. So I understand what you mean. However, I do believe it's moving more towards they're thinking business first. But I do think it's prize fighting. That's what they're there for.
Listen, that's a compound word. There's prize and there's fighting, and it's always been that way. You fight and there's a prize. It hasn't changed in over through hundreds of years. It hasn't changed now. I really hate when people say it was prize fight. Well, it's always been that way. It's always been that way since the gladiators, since it was bare fists. It's always been that way. It's some glory in it. I just don't see any more glory in it anymore. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like a job now. And who wakes up and if you wake up and want to do this as a job every day, you're crazy. But if you wake up like this because you love it every day, you're not crazy, but you're a little bit off, which is good, is what keeps you having an edge.
Some people chase greatness, other people chase mediocrity.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Tell me what is greatness to you. Is it Floyd or is it Ali?
Both. Can't have one without the other, right?
Yeah, man.
Can't have one without the other, right?
Absolutely not. You can't have one without the other. But go ahead.
Without what Ali did, without the Ali Act, it wouldn't be no Floyd Mayweather making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. At the end of the day, homie. I mean, but if you had a boomerang, you could definitely boomerang back in, but I guess you don't. So thank you, Troy, for your call.
Pound for pound supporter, RMV, talk to me. Good morning.
I mean, hey, Troy, I forgot to call you, but I wish you would use your old ass for some wisdom, man. Like, I understand you want these fighters to fight all the time, but you want to fight like back in the day for like 2 sandwiches and a blanket. I mean, like, what the thing is in business is there's a swing effect. Mayweather brought in the money, so now everybody trying to be Mayweather, but eventually it's going to balance each other out. Where the only people who really making money again will be people who actually put that work in. So, I mean, you can't be mad at the fighters because if you look at the past, 65 years, half of them fighters don't even have money afterwards. So, I mean, you got to be patient when it comes to that. I hate people talking about back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, they was fighting because they had to work 3 jobs after that. You know what I mean? So, the question, does that make that boxer more pure? Because he was really struggling? Because question, if he was put that money in their pocket, would he be fighting the same people every week? That's a chicken and the egg, question. But I don't like when people don't use their brain, man. It's called business, man. Let these dudes make money. Did you not see what happened to Donna Stevenson? Dumb motherfuckers. I'm out.
Of course, they gotta get your money, man. At the end of the day, man, you ain't about to get in the ring and not try to maximize your ability and your potential. And with things like the Ali Act now, man, all that shit is there for you to maximize your money. That's why I like guys like Al Heyman, man. Al Heyman is out here doing a service and helping not only helping boxers, but helping promoters, helping fucking like we seen last night, Jordan Harley. You brought it up right on cue. Al is keeping all that in the family, man. PBC, they're on Fox, you know what I'm saying, well represented, and I just like what Al is doing in the sport of boxing. All the shit he gets. But I do want to see some Thurman and Earl Spence make that happen.
It's definitely a community thing with him. He's building a community within boxing with all his alliances and stuff like that. H Money, talk to me. Good morning.
H Money, what's the damn deal, homie?
Yo, what's going on? I just want to, hopefully y'all can give me some time right quick. I just want to break it down. I don't want to sound like I'm biased, but I just want to break this down real quick. I just looked on the ESPN top 10 pound for pound list, and I happened to see 4 Dazn fighters on there: Usyk, Triple G, Canelo, and Anthony Joshua. And that's the ESPN. That's on ESPN. This is not Dazn. This is not coming from H Money.
Shit.
This is coming from the rival.
That don't mean shit if they ain't fighting nobody.
From the rival, Ness.
That don't mean nothing if they ain't fighting nobody.
True that, Ness. True that, Ness. Ness, everything you say, I listen. But, I'm just speaking facts, Ness. And And I just want to speak about Bob Arum real quick. Bob Arum, he's almost 100 years old. He has no place in the sport of boxing right now. The same thing goes with Shelly Finkel. They need to sit their old ass down and go to old folks' home because Eddie Hearn is running things. Shout out to Ness for helping out Eddie Hearn and telling Eddie Hearn to go after American fighters. I always listen to you, Ness. You told him, go get you some American fighters. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get the best prospect in Devin Haney. And Ness, y'all built Devin Haney up. So, I mean, I thank y'all for building up Devin Haney because the Boxing Voice is the one that made him a star. And I want to see Devin Haney get a shot for a title against Luke Campbell on the zone for the WBC vacant title. That's all I'm saying. Peace and blessings to everybody. And I love this show. What's up, Akan? What's up, Big Brother Mike? The boxing voice for life. You dig? I'm standing on it.
Big ups to you, but we definitely didn't make Devin Haney a star. I remember the first time I seen Devin Haney was back in 2016, and it was on the Breakfast Club. I'm like, who the fuck is this little nigga boxer on the Breakfast Club? And I did my research and found out that he was a professional and had like 8 or 9, 12 fights. I was like, damn, okay.
317-353. 317-353. Who's this? First time caller?
Yo, this Mike. I called before. I got a new number though.
You said Mike?
But I'm Mike from Michigan.
Oh shit! There's a bomb in the building. There's a goddamn bomb in the building. It's Mike from Michigan.
There's a bomb in the building. Hey, the dude from London, he told me to call in.
Yeah, I seen him in the chat.
Wait, who's this?
Yeah, I don't know why I do that.
Yeah, I've never seen that fucking movie, Money Talks.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know.
Who was this guy in the chat?
Last time that. Huh?
He wasn't talking about you, Akan. Somebody in the chat from London told him to call in.
Subscribe. Okay. But
hey man, start my there you go. Start the bell over.
Get on this side.
So we talking. Do you like Dazn so far? What you think about Dazn so far? You liking the fights?
Oh, well, I bought Dazn since it started. And they got some good fights coming up. But like the Joshua and Big Baby, I'm a big fan of that fight. Of course, Canelo and Jacobs. But I don't like the streaming service. I gotta watch it off the Xbox. I mean, it's HD and all, but I don't like. I would rather watch them on Showtime. That's my favorite one out of all platforms to watch it on is on Showtime. I think that's especially with the all access leading up, like how the Wilder and Fury. I think that was just perfect. I prefer Showtime, but the zone they throw out the money, so I mean you can't knock it. And some people they can't turn them down. Like the Tevin Farmers and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess it's the future. And I don't want to see Joshua and Wilder on the zone though. I would like to see it with a bigger lead up, like how the All Access do or whatever. But as far as they making some big fights. Like Demetrius Andre though. He not gonna get the Triple G fight on there. I don't think. Like I don't know who Triple G gonna fight. I mean, I imagine they gonna give him like 2 bums or 2 warm ups, or I don't know if he was going straight at it or what. I like the zone, but I don't like the zone. But that's just my opinion. But I like Showtime the best.
Who
do y'all prefer?
You think Eddie Hearn underestimated the U.S. market because Bob Arum is calling him clueless?
Oh yeah.
Or you think it's too soon? Is it not too soon to be judging him? Like it just started in September last year.
Yeah. I mean, when we look at like the fight last night, I don't think it was a super sold out Lamont Peterson. So I mean, boxing it's not going to sell out big only unless it's like the Earl Spence. Like you have the big names that have the big crowds, like Joshua crowd, 50,000 or shit like that. Otherwise, like or Sean Porter fight a few weeks back, it looked like nobody was in there. You know what I mean? It's just some days you like it's the tournament time, and they making fights, and it just don't be. It ain't gonna sell like they do in London or whatever, because it's more smaller and they'll fill more seats. Here in America, we're not gonna fill them seats like that, especially on days, maybe football season, basketball season, tournament, or whatever we got going on.
For sure, champ. Well, thanks for calling in, Mike. We're gonna go out to Brandon in Cincinnati. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Good morning, TVV.
Morning.
Start off with Lamont Peterson. It's time for Lamont Peterson to hang it up, man. He taking too much punishment. You know, he did good work to the body, but none of his shots seemed to even phase Lipinets. Couldn't really slow him down. Lipinets just kept coming forward, beating him up. Yeah, so I think it's time for him to hang it up. I know Ness said maybe keep him as a gatekeeper, but you got other guys, John Molina, Eric Fournier, Sam Vargas. You can use those as the PBC gatekeepers. I don't want to see Lamont get beaten like this, because I don't think Lipinets even that good, nor is he that big, really, at 147. And if he's doing that to you, it's just time to hang up the gloves. So, but as far as Bob Arum right now,
But look, if they came back and say, yo, Lamont versus John Molina, you wouldn't like that? And I think I like that from a betting standpoint too. I don't think it's over. Like, he's still got little matchups. Like, he's a supporting card. Like, he's not a main event. He could be the opener on a triple header. He could be, you know, he don't even got to be the co-main, but I still like fights like John Molina and Lamont Peterson, maybe fucking Felix Diaz, Lamont Peterson too. Like, I don't think it got to be over, especially when this is your job. Like, damn, did he make enough to retire?
I mean, Lamont don't look like he out there been the flashiest guy when he out. So,
I'm just saying, I think there's still some welterweight fights that's winnable. I mean,
if you want to do it, then do it.
Omar Figueroa was undefeated. Everybody waiting on Omar to see what's up with that. Oh, bruh. I don't know.
That's why I think Lipinets will fight next. That's why I think they should probably make Lipinets fight next. Probably Omar Figueroa. That'll be a good fight.
Omar Figueroa is Mexican. Remember, they was going to use him with Browne. They not going to give him up to no Lipinets. Ain't no upside in Lipinets. He was just the B-side of fucking Peterson right now. This was Peterson hometown in, you know, his casino, like his backyard, his brother on the car. They wanted him to win. He wasn't supposed to retire. He retired because it was one of those things where, like, if you can't beat him, hang it up, champ.
Yeah, but as far as Bob Arum, man, I don't really want to shit Bob Arum got to say as far as promotion, how people promote, because he's doing a shit job of promoting this pay-per-view, man. So fuck what he talking about right now.
Preach to that, homie. Preach to that. Say that again. They doing a shit job promoting this pay-per-view right now. So he might not have a clue how the American promotional thing goes with pay-per-views.
Man, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that one, though. Rock, talk to me, champ.
Rock, what's going on, homie?
Yeah. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all can hear me? We good?
Might check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah. Man, as far as the zone, I'm actually loving the zone. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Loving it like McDonald's, nigga. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it, man. Cause I mean, I'm intrigued with the cruiserweight division. The fact that they put the World Series on there, and
now.
Yeah, I was going.
That wasn't the argument. We're talking about what Eddie Hearn has produced for the zone.
Oh, I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I don't fool with Eddie, but I fool with Eddie. It's kind of one of them things where it's like he makes the sport more interesting with the fact that how he builds the fights and how he's in the marinating. Even if it's a lot of bullshit, I still like it because, I mean, it adds like the promotional, the wrestling factor to it. So the fact that he's made some of the matches that he's made on the zone, I feel like he's doing a solid job. So I'm rocking with it. I don't necessarily think that he's for everybody. Like, I don't think he's for Dillian White or for like Anthony Joshua. When Wilder gets to talking that, you know, they just want to milk a black man. I feel him on that. I ain't gonna hold you. But I do like some of the answers that Eddie Hearn uses. But he does get some good matches. But Jacobs, Canelo, like Joshua, Big Baby. Like, I mean, that's very intriguing matchups just to keep keep the sport moving. So I'm fooling with Eddie Hearn in the zone. I don't trust him, but I'm fooling with it for right now. And as far as Lamont Peterson, I mean, shout out to him. Me and my dog was watching the fight last night. Oh, I gotta. If y'all can just give me a couple of betting sites that y'all use. I mean, I tried listening to the betting show on Friday, but that shit was going over my head so much I didn't know what y'all was talking about. But I was still tuned in. But I would have put money on that fight had I known. Actually, I did. We was in the middle of playing Uno. I was like, man, Lipinet's about to knock this nigga out. Sure enough, he did. Won me a little 10, but I'm trying to get in on that action with y'all, man. See what
Bravada,
y'all got popping. What's that?
Use Bravada or 5 dimes. And
okay.
I mean, you sound like
if you're in Jersey, you know what I'm saying, you can use FanDuel.
Yeah. So
nah, you see, I'm in Oklahoma, so I can't even use FanDuel.
Yeah, go to 5 dimes, bro. I would recommend 5 dimes over Bovada, but people say Bovada is kind of easier to use and maybe get your money a little bit faster.
Cool. Well, yeah, shout out to Peterson, man. Hell of a career. Honestly, I thought he was gonna retire after the Errol fight because Errol put a beating on that man, something vicious. I thought he was gonna retire after that, but the fact that he came back, you know, tried to give it again. But shout out to TBV, man. Top of the morning, y'all.
Rock, man. Thanks for calling in. We got R&V on the boomerang status. What up, champ?
Hey, R&V, nigga, I forgot how clean them.
Shout out to all his Patreons. You know, I won about $1,500 on his betting show, so that shit is real. But past that, I wanted to say this, but I forgot because my best friend Troy, I didn't mean to speak to you in such negative terms. I'm gonna start giving you more hugs in the box. I understand the harsh words are not good for you. But did Akan admit this morning that the UK numbers are more inflated and America is where it's at? I mean, clearly they were saying that AJ's big 90,000 stadiums was so.
What did I say? RV? Where did I say it was inflated?
I mean,
he didn't use the word inflated, but he did admit that AJ's highest payday is coming on a
I mean, his words were up for interpretation from R&V.
No, but where did I say? He said I said it was inflated. Where did I say it was inflated?
He interpreted what you said as being the numbers were inflated. Not that.
But what did I say?
Because you said that the 90,000 looks good, but his biggest payday is coming from the Big Baby.
No,
so
Mike,
R&V in turn interpreted that as those numbers being inflated.
But how do you go ahead.
Because people get paid more for tickets, you know, and that's in Philadelphia. So if you're going to New York, LA, Vegas, you know, I mean, we try to tell you that these 15,000 seaters were doing way better than y'all soccer stadiums. But no, y'all kept saying AJ A side, you know.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. He's the A side. I never denied saying that there's more money in the US. I said 90,000. The stadium fights are a big deal in the UK. They can sell tickets in the UK, but it doesn't gross as much as they do in the US.
Our response always was the tickets are $5 a pop. And we're being facetious, but that's what we're trying to tell you. And y'all didn't want to listen, especially Jack Only. I mean, he'll never see the light, but Elms, all those dudes, Jim, all them dudes in the box, they kept saying, you know, stadium status. That stadium don't mean shit. You got to come over to New York and fight a B level fight, and you get paid more than you did against Klitschko. I don't know.
All right, RMV, thanks for calling in. We going out.
Baby, I wouldn't say Big Baby's B level. I think he's French A level.
I mean,
Big Baby, he can't be A level yet.
He's a French contender, bro. But
he's a contender, yeah.
I mean, he's top 5 heavyweight, right?
No,
I don't put him top 5. Impossible.
No.
AJ,
everybody,
Wilder, Fury,
yeah,
White,
Ortiz.
I'm not putting Ortiz above Big Baby. You get the fuck out of here.
What?
With that.
You get
Ortiz
the
has lost once.
Ortiz
has lost once.
If you put Big Baby in there with Kaufman, he getting Kaufman ass up out of there. If you put Big Baby in there, can I finish? If you put him in there with Christian Hammer, he getting Christian Hammer ass up out of there.
Man, I don't know about that. Christian Hammer, you know he impressed us. Get the fuck out of here. But
you get out here. Put Big Baby in there. Put Big Baby in there with Christian Hammer. See what happened. He gonna nail his ass down.
Mike, does Big Baby beat Ortiz?
Shit, right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on what I seen last fight, Big Baby walk that nigga down.
Man,
lost it.
you wildin', son.
You've lost.
That's the fight I need to see. That's the fight. I don't know if Big Baby beats him or not. I'm gonna keep it G. But
I don't think he beats him.
I need to see it, yo. I need to see
The
it.
nigga I seen last fight, man, he ain't this. I'm telling y'all think I be talking your shit. When certain niggas fight certain niggas, it take a little bit out of them. We seen it with James Gill. We seen it last night with Lamont Peterson, and we seen it now. We are seeing it with Ortiz. The fight with Wilder, bro.
Nah,
Shit.
man. Some people might
ain't the same, bro.
Listen, some people might get up for certain people and can't get up for others. But back to the line.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
J Hardcore Boxing. They don't know shit about boxing. ThaBoxingvoice.com. Okay.
What's going on, Jay?
Yo, what up there, fella? What's up, fellas? All good, man.
Before you say anything, man, big up to you with all the work you've been putting in. Go to these fights, man. Salute.
Yeah, man. You pumping it out there,
Appreciate
man.
the love. Appreciate the love, fellas. Appreciate the love, man. I'm just trying to follow what y'all doing, man. That's all that is.
How was it, brother? How was it
Peterson,
from
man.
how was it? I mean, let me walk you through this one, man. How was
I
it
will give you plenty of time.
from a an event type of standpoint? Like, did it feel big?
It was okay. It was okay. It didn't feel big though, but because I've been to big fights, man. So it didn't feel big, but it was cool. You know what I mean? Because it was all the homies from DC. And we was all behind Lamont, Anthony, and Patrick Harris, and everybody, Chuck Simpson, and everything. And we just wanted to see them all win. But I think with Lamont, man, I just feel though that his legs must be gone or something, because now he just stands in front of everybody. He stood in front of Earl. He stood in front of Lipinets. And we know that he can box. I mean, look what he did with Danny Garcia. But we're not seeing that no more. And every time that Lamont stands in front of somebody and try to bang it out, man, it never turns out good for him, man. I can remember when he first got knocked out by Matisse, man. And that's because he wanted to. He likes that dog. He likes to get in there and dog, but he don't have it though. And me personally, I don't want to see him fight no more, man. I don't want to see him end up like Terry Norris or somebody like that and can't speak anymore and things of that nature. I just want him to go ahead, and I hope he got some money saved up and everything, and just go on and move on, and train people and things like that. And I think he just overtrains too, man. I was talking to a couple of people that's in the gym, man, and they say, man, they got to almost send that guy home. He outworks everybody in the gym every time, even down to the 15-year-olds, man. He's just totally outworking everybody. And seems like he sometimes you can just overwork it. And I think that's what he's doing. Plus, he's up there. But, when you take them big fights like when he did with Earl Spence, that takes something out of you, man. I mean, you leave a little bit in the ring every time. And I think at this point, he done left too much in the ring, man. And he's not at that level anymore where he can compete with these type of cats, especially A-level, man. Whereas, they going for the gusto, man. And he just can't handle that. I was so happy to see Barry throw that towel in the ring, to be truthfully honest, man. And, that's another soldier that we just got to, thanks for what he did for us all these years, man, and move on. Going on to that Dazn thing, man, it's still in his grassroots, and I like it for its convenience and everything, but to be truthfully honest, man, we getting shit cards, man, and then they promised us from the beginning that we were going to get even the undercards and everything, man, and the last one, we didn't even get Hank Lundy, so, they lying to us on that.
Lied to us about the price, too.
Yeah, they done hit us with the bait and switch right now. And Eddie, he even admitted to he don't understand the U.S. market yet. I seen that on tape. He said, he can't figure it out yet. It's definitely not like the UK, and he's trying to understand the demographics and everything, and it's not getting to him yet. So, you know, we're going to appreciate some of the fights like Jacobs and Canelo, and we're going to appreciate Big Baby and AJ. I think that's actually going to be a good fight, to be truthfully honest, man. And you know what Bob is saying? Bob, no business. You know what I mean? He throw a lot of shade too. We all know that, man. You know, he old, and old people say what the hell they want, you know, once they get to that certain level and shit. So I think they're going to figure it out, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I'm going to be truthfully honest with it. But I like the convenience. I like to be out in the, you know, be out in the streets and open my phone up and be able to watch the fight. That's what's up. But other than that, man, you know, I ain't impressed yet. Not at all. So that's it on there. Yeah, I really enjoyed the fights last night. You know, it was just good. It was good. It was good. It didn't feel huge, but it was good, man. And that's pretty much all I got, fellas. Other than that, hey, everybody keep slamming that like button, going to Patreon and doing all the things that help TBV so we can take it to the next level. Are we at 100,000 yet?
Not fucking yet.
We getting there.
Damn, come on.
Need
Hey, y'all, let's get this number, man. Let's get this number. Let's get this plaque, man. Let's get this 100,000.
We need about
Let's do this
180
today.
more. 180
Tell somebody.
We'll get that by the day.
Let's do that today. Y'all tell everybody to tell everybody. Go to other people's phones and subscribe. Do whatever we got to do. Let's hit 100,000 a day. Let's make that our. What word can I use, fellas?
I would go.
Help me out. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate. You know I'm old, man, so sometimes I get brain farts and shit. But listen, I'm tired as hell. I got in real late, you know. But I just wanted to get on the show, man, and throw some shit out to y'all. Other than that, let's keep on moving, keep on pressing, and making shit work for TBV. This Jay Hardcore from the Boxing Voice. Sound good there, right? I got it right, didn't I, now?
Yeah, champ. Yeah, champ.
And I'm out of here.
All right.
Hey, real quick, back to this Big Baby, man. Big Baby is secluded. He's down in Florida, man. He ain't putting out no video. He ain't on IG. Tells me he's down there working hard, man. Taking this shit really serious. Y'all think Big Baby is
still gonna take that big out. I'm glad he's secluded. I'm glad because after that fight,
put your goddamn AJ Pearls on, nigga, and get ready for this ride.
I'm just saying, Mike. He's gonna take that big KO. So he better be secluded right now.
Ain't gonna be no easy fight, homie. I'm telling you, ain't gonna be no easy fight.
You ain't
picking. Be a heated fight.
You ain't picking him.
Who, me?
Who else? We know.
Hey, man, let's wait till the let's wait till the weigh-in. Let's wait till the
pick him then, Mike. So pick him right now. What are you waiting for the weigh-in?
I can't wait.
Pick him right now.
I can't wait.
What you want to wait till the weigh-in for?
I need to see how he looks on the scale. I want to see how he looks on the scale. What way he coming in at?
Yeah, whatever, champ.
And the new.
Let me move on, man. We got to get to. Dang, he dropped off.
Who that?
I know.
Whoa, you know, you probably got some shit to do.
He did drop off. He did.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game on box. I don't know why they gonna call me, because I'm a 54-pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, Mike, I think you tripping with this Big Baby bullshit, man.
Big Baby loses to Ortiz.
Yeah, well, one thing I noticed, Mike, you've been hating on Ortiz for the past 2 fights.
He ain't been impressive.
Some guys trying to survive and shit.
I'm just going out what I see, homie.
Yeah, hating on him ever since he almost touched your boy Wilder, man. I get it. I know why you hating, but
just make sure you call in Sunday, May 5th.
Oh Lord! So you think he gonna shock the world, huh? Lamont Peterson. Yeah, the only thing I took from last night, I think who was that? Jay Hardcore. That somebody just called and took the words out of my mouth. Like, I don't know why he not boxing. Like,
why he
won
not
that
using
fight.
the ring and
He'd have won that fight if he boxed. He was getting real greedy, man. He was tripling up that left hook to the body. He was. I thought he was gonna stop Lipinets with some of them left hooks though.
I thought he was gonna box because the ring was 25 feet wide.
I did see them body shots. But at the end of the day,
oh, because no, this ring's is 24 feet. So because I thought that ring was huge.
But I gotta ask the question though: does it take credibility away from Earl Spence?
Why?
The fact that
no,
Lipinets
because
stopped him.
Smart
he done when he fought
smart man know that Spence did this to him just like Spence did what he did to Kell Brook, and he ain't been the same. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't the same. It ain't the same no more, man.
You gotta see is Algeria okay? My man took like 2 years off.
He fought the same fight though. Listen, he fought the same fight.
Yeah, but that got to do with trainer.
He's not gonna outbang nobody.
That got to do with trainer. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
Okay, so you putting this on Barry, huh?
I mean, Barry the one seeing him fight over and over and wanting to go toe to toe, wanting to put his head leaning on someone else's head. You know what I'm saying? He want to be an inside fighter, champ. They got to match make him properly.
Barry quick to throw that damn towel too, ain't he?
Hey man, that's his sons. Remember,
like, damn.
He adopted them.
Yeah, I thought it was one of them goddamn t-shirt guns. They had one of them towel came in. Hey, came in.
That towel came in kind of quick, bro.
Yo, that's a good ass idea though. They should have that shit for the corner, right? Like
shoot a ref in the head or some shit, nigga, with a t-shirt gun.
Nah, if you got the towel wrapped up in the t-shirt gun like that, like you said, wet too, like poof. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that ref know that shit smacked the ref right in the face. Oh shit, got this, stop this fight. Damn, Sean. There go NO. He back. What up, Nolia? Stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from Magnolia.
Ooh, man, what's happening, bro? True, Ness, bro. I'm tripped out, like, dog. Like, you older than me, Ness, bro. You ain't never saw El Camino, dog. Back in the Gap, like, motherfuckers. Shit, man, look, Mike, you know what I'm back in the Gap. They used to have a motherfucker with the candy paint and the roasters on there. You heard me?
My nigga, with the fucking white walls on that bitch. What you talking about?
Yeah, you already know, like, man, shit, Ness, bro. You gotta step your game up, bro. You heard me?
But look, shit, man.
You wildin' with that Ortiz shit, bro. Yeah, but Mike, you wildin' with that Ortiz and Big Baby shit, man.
Y'all niggas wildin', man. What happened? Ortiz, bro. What come?
Who Big Baby beat? No, who he beat, Mike? Who he beat, man? Baghdad? Oh, that's the only person I can remember. Baghdad, man. So you saying this man gonna beat Ortiz because Ortiz didn't get up for a fight he should have got up for, you dig? You didn't say Ortiz for a while. You don't think next big fight he gonna step his game up again? Like, come on, Mike, man.
Mike wrote him off. Bro. Mike wrote him off, man.
Man, go off the eye test. All right, straight off the eye test, Mike. You saying Big Baby a better fighter than Ortiz off the eye test. We not even gonna talk about resume.
Based off the last couple of performances, yes. He's coming forward, man, stopping guys. Guys who supposed to stop. Guys who supposed to stop.
Mike, what about the casual on me, bro? We got casual.
Hey, man, when you get in the ring with a guy, everybody expects Ness, nigga. Ness had money because he thought nigga was about to get knocked out. Ortiz
I'm listening to you, right? Why am I asking I'm talking to you?
Bro, he going the distance with people we don't think he should be going the distance with.
That's true. I mean, Mike got a point there, man. We thinking he gonna stop the likes of Hammer and Kaufman and things like that.
He did stop Kaufman.
Wrong though.
I thought Joshua gonna knock Polk out. He ain't knock Polk out, but Joshua ain't got power now.
He ain't knock out who he ain't knock out?
He ain't knock Polk out. Joseph Parker. You done forgot about Joseph Parker already.
But yo, come on though. That's a different level than motherfucking anybody that we talking about.
Who Parker beat?
He a world champion. You could go that who Parker beat. You could go that who Parker beat route all you want, but he a world champion. He a world champion. How he
got the belt? Tell me how he got the belt, Ness.
Versus Andy Ruiz. Versus Andy Ruiz.
Who is that? Who is Andy Ruiz? Who is Andy Ruiz? Who that is?
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. We gotta keep shit straight 100 on this show, man. Ruiz, dog. You gonna throw that at me?
So now Andy Ruiz ain't nobody. Yo, meanwhile, he looking like a machine over there with Manny Robles. I can't wait for him to get in that ring.
Putting in the work, man. Putting in the work.
He putting in work. I'm telling you. We got Stunner in Jersey.
What's going on, Stunner?
Yo, what's good? Hold on. Let me just turn off my Bluetooth. Yo.
You.
All right, what's up? All right, I'm about to drop the bomb because I feel like on this show, we've been getting away from the facts and interjecting too many opinions. So
you and goddamn eternal, my nigga.
Yo, you took off the Bluetooth and sound like you underwater.
Muffled.
What is that?
All right, check it. All right, so first off, we got Mike out here pushing this narrative that Ortiz is washed and that Jarrell Miller and Dylan White are scared to fight him. Now, let's talk about the facts.
I didn't say that Dylan White or Miller was scared to fight him.
Jarrell Miller. You guys remember what Jarrell Miller's response was? I believe he requested $8 to $10 million in order to fight Ortiz. So that tells you everything you need to know right there. Also, the same thing you guys are doing with Jarrell Miller, just trying to sit on Ortiz to boost him up. You guys did the same shit with Dylan White. And I was just looking at the WBC rankings, and I just realized something.
Bro, you sound underwater, champ. You got to talk straight into that mic. We losing you.
All right, basically, I was looking at the WBC rankings, and I've come to the conclusion there's absolutely no way Dylan White can get a WBC title shot without fighting Tyson Fury or Luis Ortiz first. So, as far as, Mike, why don't you guys make an episode tomorrow for TBV talking about Dylan White versus Ortiz and actually entertain and push that fight rather than trying to shield Ortiz and trying to protect Dylan White, because that's what you guys have been doing for the last couple of months. You talking all the shit. So once you guys start making episodes, start putting the fight out there for fans.
How are we protecting Dylan White again? I just want to know. I like the topic though. Let's argue it. How are we protecting him?
Because over the last several weeks, the same thing that Mike was just doing.
What the fuck? Do you got a droid? Do you got a droid or something, son?
You guys have essentially been doing the same thing for
the title shot. I don't know what's going on with your phone, bro. We liking the energy, but it's something wrong with your phone. I'm questioning, is it a droid?
Sound like he got like a blanket like wrapped around it and talking.
Yo, and the saddest part is the dudes that review us, they fault us. It's like, yo, I ain't get to a review from yesterday. I got to read it today, but he was paraphrasing. He was saying something like, "Oh, this podcast could be so good, but the audio quality is holding them back." And it's like, yo, how could I fucking control Stunner's phone? Like, my man he underwater with this shit.
Said, do you got a droid?
Nez, before you go to the next call as well, I don't remember anyone here protecting Dillian White or being afraid to criticize anyone. Like any fighter, if we feel like any fighter doesn't want a particular fight, we mention it. If we think they're ducks, we mention it. I don't think Dylan White wants any of that Luis Ortiz smoke.
I think it's before you came on though. Like, he was getting passes. You know what I mean? People were saying, "Oh, Luis Ortiz dug Dylan White. He could have fought him in December. He could have fought instead of Chisora." But you know, the only article out there is like a $225,000 offer. I've done interviews with
90 seconds
and the trainer, and they said they would have never taken that, even though they said they never got that offer. Like Luis de Cubas is his manager. He said he never got it, you know. So I don't know, man. It always felt like that, though. It always felt like no one wants to fight Luis Ortiz. You know, hearing Mike now say what he's saying is just like, what? Because again, no one wants to fight Luis Ortiz. So I don't know.
60 seconds.
You know, I didn't even hear. I don't know where Stunner got that 10 million. He said the Big Baby wanted
8 million for I don't know where he got that from either, but
I want 10 million, yo, and he only gets 6.5 for AJ.
plus some extra, I believe.
He get UK upside if the fight sells after a certain amount of pay-per-views. So I'm sure they worded it like, look, AJ always does 1 million buys no matter who, but if they do more than 1 million with you, then we'll give you a percentage. Because remember, that's how it was worded in that article, like pay-per-view upside after a certain percent.
We still got April and let it go.
Yup. All right, we got to get to Dominic in Seattle.
What's going on, Dominic?
10 seconds.
Hey, I got a quick question, man. I be hearing this shit on here talking about Dazn. People in Europe and shit can't get Dazn.
Yeah, no, they can't. UK, not in UK. There's no
In
Dazn.
the UK, no. There's DAZN in Italy, and I believe they're launching in Spain.
Man, that's definitely gonna fall because American people got too much shit to buy. Because I thought you guys had it out there the way you guys were, holding
Defending it?
Eddie's nuts. So I was like, damn. Yeah, I was like, damn. But last time I checked, man, I thought Lamont Peterson retired. Like I thought he was gonna fall into the shadows. But I didn't think he'll come out again. But I think he's just gonna retire for 2019. He's gonna come back.
No, he retired already. He said.
Yeah, but he sounds like fucking what's that one dude that fights like fun? Fucking I forgot his name. But yeah, that's my call.
All right, Dominic. Big up to you, homie. Thanks for calling in. Out there in Seattle where he is, 7:30.
Champ. Who we got? We going out
We need to get Shannon Briggs on here, man.
T Plums, good morning, T Plums.
Get Shannon Briggs calling in.
T Plums left. He's left the building. We going to, did we get to Joshua in the NL?
No, we did not.
Oh.
T Plum's calling back in.
Man, Joshua, what up? Nah, we out, champ. We out. See, this is the bad reviews come in at, man. They right there. It's like, yo, T Plums, what up?
Yo, what up? I don't know. I just lost connection for some reason. But I just wanted to piggyback real quick off of, I think the dude that called 2 calls ago when he was saying about Dillian White. I think Dillian White is ducking Luis Ortiz and he should fight him. But you notice he always saying something about people when they when he got a fight lined up or they got a fight lined up. But when they're free, he don't say nothing. Like he's free right now and Luis Ortiz is free right now. I think they should fight for sure. But that's about it. That's all I have to say.
All right, T Plums. We going out to the 908-673. First time caller. First time caller. Say you're a first time caller.
Hey, yo, this is Stunner, man. I'm calling from my work phone now, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, use that more often.
You sound way better.
Yeah, man, and I got to give y'all that smoke, man. So what I was saying was, first off, about Dillian White, I was looking at the WBC rankings, and based on the rules of the WBC, there's absolutely, positively no way that he can get a title shot against Deontay Wilder without fighting Tyson Fury or Luis Ortiz. Yet, for the last 1 or 2 months, you guys get on here and try to entertain this idea or notion of, oh, Dillian White, he deserves a title shot. Oh, man, nobody's...
Yeah, that's Mike's favorite line.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Mike's favorite line.
Yeah, I was just going off the fact that the Brazil fight was mandated.
Listen, because I'm not with the BS. I'm just going to
Nah. Mike was even going as far as saying that Brazil didn't deserve to be mandatory and Dillian White deserves to be mandatory.
Absolutely.
All right. Here's the deal. Here's the real situation. Lucas Browne and what's the other guy? Lucas Browne and who was the fight before that?
Joseph
Robert Helenius.
No. He said before.
Yeah, listen, look. Robert Helenius and Lucas Browne. Eddie Hearn approached Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC. He paid for him to sanction those fights. Mauricio Suleiman didn't call Eddie Hearn and match with him and say, hey, fight him for this. Like, nobody gives a fuck about those guys. So boom, that happens. He gets Emo in the rankings. Now, rather than this fight, the one eliminator that you need to get your guaranteed title shot, what does he do? He tries to play the public opinion narrative. He goes, rather than fight the guy who's rated here in the WBC, I'll fight Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora, who aren't even rated in the WBC.
And you're wrong, nigga. Joseph Parker was ranked number 4 in the WBC at the time he fought Dillian White. Go look it up. I already looked it up, homie. I ain't gotta go back and look it up.
He is not enrolled in the clean boxing program.
Was he ranked in the WBC at the time he fought Dillian White? Yes or no?
All right. Okay, let's say I'm wrong. I'll take that. I'm wrong about that. Okay, regardless. If you're ranked to number 2 in the WBC, right, you're eliminator, you have to fight the guy who's either number 1 or number 3. What the hell are you doing in 2018 fighting 2 guys who are rated behind the 6th spot? Can you guys explain that? Can you add any rationality to that? Because here we are in 2019.
Now you guys, this is you. This is strictly you and Mike. Mike won all that smoke.
All right,
2 guys in the top 10 rated in the WBC.
Listen.
Brazil fight rated in the top 10.
Do you realize
Ortiz coming off a loss and ain't fought nobody rated in the top 10? Come on, man.
Listen, Mike.
Ortiz had his shot. He lost.
Single fight. Dillian White could have not fought a single fight in 2018, and he still would have been rated number 1 in the WBC. But why did he take those fights? Because he wants to go up to Mauricio Suleiman and say, hey, I didn't fight the guy that you ordered me to fight, but hey, I had some tough fights against some decent competition, let alone this decent competition are guys that Dillian White has multiple times throughout 2017 and 18 called bums, but when he got the fights against him, he tried to boost these guys up. Like that, you're not fooling anybody with this BS. This dude is a duck. You guys, not you guys, but Mike, you keep trying to, like, pump these guys up. And going back to Jarrell Miller, in 2018, Luis Ortiz tried to fight Jarrell Miller. Now, it wasn't $10 million, but it was some outrageous number that he requested.
And you say all that to say what?
Exactly. Stop protecting. He's saying
I'm not protecting anybody. I'm going off what these guys done in the ring.
Mike,
these guys have done in the ring more than Ortiz had done.
Mike, you protect Dillian White. Dillian White had a title shot right in front of him. AJ, he could have taken. We ain't discussed how he didn't want it because of the money, but he's now.
I don't blame Dillian White. It's the same reason Wilder didn't take it. Why the fuck do you guys want to control the rematch after I beat you?
Wilder is a champion. Wilder is a champion.
With Mike months about that. You know, he just respects Dillian White and those wins. Like Lucas Browne was pregnant, and that's how I worded it. Stunner worded it a different way. You know, Robert Helenius, come on, please, bruh.
Bro, your guy's going back to fucking 2017. Stay in 2018 last year.
Isn't it?
Browne, Parker, Chisora. All rated top 15 heavyweights.
Champ. Isn't it 2017 that we do have to talk about technically, since that's when it was first mandated?
That's when Brazil and Molina eliminated.
That's the year in question, not this year that you want to bring up. But regardless, Lucas Browne was just a name. He wasn't doing nothing in the division, but whatever. I'm not getting back into that back and forth. We're going out to some boomerangers we got in the building.
Who we got?
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, Skepta, I want to them boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy. Go suck out your mama bumbo. I'll give your father a bat you wash too. Where you want more?
Hey, yo, guys.
Guan.
Yeah, Rasta. Anyway, when it comes to Peterson retiring still, I'm not mad at it at all. You know, I think a lot of fighters have to look at what their ambitions are in the game and know when to come out. And I'm back. No, I have to say, Kevin Johnson needs to retire. I know he's been seen as an acid test for a lot of these heavyweights, but damn it, it's just got to be dangerous for the guy now. You know, literally.
Hell yeah, he loses versus everybody at this point. Everybody.
He's not even throwing back. It looks scary. It looks terrible, to be honest. And the fact of the matter is, people aren't knocking him out. Seriously, he's going to end up with some serious brain trauma. The way that he fights, he's going to be like a bad excuse
for, well, it's going to be a good excuse for banning boxing. We don't need these people in the game. We need to get some of these guys out. Peterson isn't that guy like Johnson at the moment, but we don't want to turn our fighters into that when they've got good legacies behind them. I think Peterson's got a respectable legacy. He's fought some good names. So, yeah, call it death beats. I'm not mad at that. Just get Johnson out of the ring. He looked horrible against Gorman. I don't even think Gorman looked good doing what he was doing, but yeah, not mad about it. That's my call.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Deej. On the boomerang status, we got NO. Talk to me.
Bad next, bro. Silly man, look. I want to give my shout out to Anthony Peterson, bro. He had a great career. Still one of my favorite fighters for a long time, bro, because he had that dog in him. I respect anybody that get in the ring, bro, and give it the all, you know what I'm saying? But we got to give props to Lipiness too, man. I know you feel like he's just coming up and really shitting us. That dude took some shots, dog. That dude got a hell of a damn check, bro. Yeah, he took them shots from Mikey, and he took all them damn body shots, dog. And that dude ain't even get tired, man. I thought he was going to slow down towards the end of the fight. That dude took them damn body shots, dog. And you can say what you want about Peterson, bro, and his power and shit. But that dude took some hella fire shots to the body, and he kept on trucking, dog. So I want to see that dude. I want to see that dude fight. It might be too early for Boots. I'd like to see him fight Boots or fight Collazo
and that's why,
he ain't gonna get no damn fight or nothing.
That's why I don't want Peterson to retire, because Ennis, Haney, Teofimo Lopez, they'll need those welterweight names in the future. But I get y'all.
Right. But like I said, bro, like he like that dude living as he earned him a step up fight with that fight, man. So I think he should get one of those scraps. And man, you gotta give Mike a check. You gotta give Mike a props for that shit too, because he took them Lipiness shots, dog.
Yo, Lipiness could take
cut it. Lipiness versus Ugats.
Or Jamal James. JD Boomerang.
Yo. Real quick, I'll be quick with this one. I gotta say that Lamont Peterson is no different from all the other guys that had a lot of speed younger in their career, and once they start getting older, they start slowing down a bit. You know what I mean? Zab Judah, Roy Jones. You know what I mean? The list goes on. Once that speed catches up to you, and I think Amir Khan is actually next, because he's not no big puncher, but he used his speed early in his career. And then once you start getting older, you just don't have it like you used to. But to Mike and you, Ness, I heard you not too long ago after Ortiz fought. You like, man, I ain't calling for him against Dillian White. Like Dillian White is above him or some type of shit. So,
bro, I said I'm not backing him, and I'm not arguing for him to get a fight, because he went in there with Christian Hammer and he didn't look right. He's supposed to take care of them type of dudes.
Okay, but why?
What you mean, why?
Why? Oh boy, didn't look.
Bruh, the same reason.
Dillian White didn't look right against Chisora. He was getting his ass whooped the whole fight.
And then what happened?
If anything, you need not to be calling for that fight, because he don't look like he on Ortiz level.
And then what happened?
What you mean? Then he threw one of them Danny Garcia with his eyes closed punches.
Call it what you like. Garcia in the Hall of Fame for that shit.
Let's not act like
hey, listen, man.
wasn't in the shape of his life.
That's what the caller was talking about, how y'all protecting White, because y'all saying stuff like that. Like, I'm not calling for Ortiz White because he didn't look good.
Why would I? Hell yeah. Why would I fucking be, ringing the bell, lighting the torch for this dude when he ain't taking care of Hammer? Fucked up my parlay, man.
Bruh. Chisora not even ranked, bruh. Where's Chisora ranked?
Where's Hammer ranked?
Chisora was ranked number 9 when he fought Dillian White.
All you saying is nothing.
No, ain't number 9 where?
Bruh. Yo, y'all wildin', man. Ortiz needs to do what he's supposed to be doing. Earl the boogeyman, he acting like one. This guy was the boogeyman. What the fuck is going on? C-Man, talk to me.
Yo, what's good? I think in line with your topic, yeah, Tyson Fury, he fucked up the game. Came into America, he wasn't supposed, like, he went against all the odds into another man's backyard. He fought a man, everyone thinks he won, and he got a big deal from ESPN, so he messed up the game. So that put a lot of pressure on Eddie Hearn to spend that budget that he's got. And it's a bit too late because now he's trying to pump all his budget into UK fights, bringing them or streaming them in America. The audience isn't really ready for the UK fighters. It's just a bit of a mess, and that's why America's not really taken to it, because he's not really building up these fighters. He could do a good job with Anthony Sims Jr. That guy, he's a real big prospect. Got a good story, a good backstory. I think he could do bits in America. Also, just moving on to the heavyweights. Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut, he will destroy Dylan White. The Juggernaut is an animal. I want to see. I know he's been mandated to fight against Dubois for the British title, but I would like to see him versus Dylan White for WBC Eliminator. But that's my opinion anyway.
Joe Joyce fucked up, bro.
Yeah, Dylan White definitely beats Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is too inexperienced. I don't see how Dylan White would.
Not even
how
that,
Dylan White would.
nigga don't keep his damn guard up, nigga. That right hand.
No,
but he's inexperienced.
I don't know if Joe Joyce is that inexperienced. Remember, Dylan White got a Taekwondo background, where Joe Joyce at least is an amateur background. So, his inexperience in the pros gives him the experience from the amateurs that Dylan White doesn't have. And he's a straight puncher. He's a patient fighter too. I would like to see the fight. I would rather give Joe Joyce a couple more fights till he starts calling out White. But let me go out to the New Orleans. Joshua, talk to me.
Yeah, what up? You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
It's like on the freeway.
Yeah,
On a motorcycle.
driving. That's what I do for a living. I'll pull over for you though. Give me a second. Let me pull my rig over.
You got the windows down, dog?
Yeah. No, I'm just driving. I'm was on my Bluetooth.
Yeah, y'all gotta get them iPhone headsets, man. Them iPhone headsets way better. But yeah, go ahead. We good.
I called. Me and Mike normally agree on. Well, the only thing me and Mike agree on is Terrence Crawford. What he talking about, Luis Ortiz, is very reckless. It's kind of like no disrespect, Mike. And I heard, and Ness was doing it too a few shows ago. It's like y'all catching a bitch fit. Y'all get mad because the dude don't go out there and perform the way you want to perform, or you feel like what he should do. When the only person that ever beat beat Luis Ortiz is Deontay Wilder. None of the top heavyweights ever stepped in the ring with Luis Ortiz, and there's always the excuse why they shouldn't fight Luis Ortiz. We know what Dylan White ain't trying to do. We know what Anthony Joshua did and made sure he did when he came down to fight Luis Ortiz. So all this smoke he getting, I don't feel like he's deserving of the criticism. I don't care if he don't show up for a fight. He's undefeated only against Deontay Wilder. So all the other top heavyweights don't want to fight.
Whatever, bro. You living in the past. That all.
I'm not living in the past.
Yeah,
and
you
this Joe
is.
Joyce character, like the dude just brought up, I hope he'll call out Luis Ortiz.
He has been.
So maybe he could get up for that fight. Okay, so get him in the ring then. Since he's an old man.
Man, Joe Joyce don't want that smoke with no Ortiz. Y'all, not that's going too far. Man, Ortiz will beat Joe Joyce.
He called him out December 1st. He called him out. What you mean? He called him out. He called him out.
But it came out earlier that said they don't want to fight Ortiz to the end of this year.
And that's good. Put it on the undercard of Joshua Wilder.
Yeah, I think Ortiz gets Joyce up out of here. But Ortiz ain't beating White or Big Baby.
Well, on that note, Oliver, in Bermuda, Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati, man.
Yo, fall back, son. Me and him talk. He always wants to be known as Oliver from Bermuda.
I don't care what he want to know. He ain't that no more.
You hate him.
Hey, but it's from Bermuda.
Call him double O. Oliver from Ohio.
I'm not from Ohio.
Where you at?
He had to relocate for work, dog. He still got his condo and everything in Bermuda, overlooking the beach.
My bad.
You hating?
Yeah. All right. Hey, I just got in. What's the topic of the day?
Bob Arum criticizing Eddie Hearn, calling him clueless with how he's attempting to gain U.S. subscribers and basically the fights. We're just assessing.
Oh, fuck that. Big Baby will beat Ortiz. That's the new topic.
That's the subtopic. That's the subtopic.
I mean, Big Baby versus Ortiz. I mean, I think if anyone chooses either person, they're being ridiculous because there are a lot of variables there. Obviously, Ortiz is a lot more seasoned, but Big Baby Miller. The big question is when he goes up against a big puncher, how well can he take it? Now we can say he has the greatest cardio in the world, despite his size, which is accurate. But there's still a lot of questions associated with Big Baby Miller, so we just don't know. And we've never seen Ortiz go up against someone who's coming at him for the entire fight. And it would be interesting to see how it would be interesting fight. I don't know how likely that's going to happen though. So I think that's just a ridiculous conversation, to be sincere. But I mean, Bob Arum criticizing Eddie Hearn, that's just promoters going back and forth. I mean, honestly, who gives a fuck what Eddie Hearn thinks about Bob Arum or vice versa? You know what I'm saying? I just want to say kudos to Lamont Peterson, retiring after the fight. He's always had exciting fights, whether you agree with some of the decisions or not. I've always liked him. I like the shit that he's doing outside of the ring as well. So yeah, I just want to say big ups to Lamont Peterson. And yeah, that's my call.
What they call this man, BBW Miller, man. Y'all disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, the one that's disrespectful is you, because not only are you saying that Ortiz loses to Big Baby, you're saying that Ortiz loses to the version of Big Baby after the Miller fight with AJ. So, like, are you saying that AJ is gonna lose to Miller and Miller doesn't lose anything? Because I'm saying, how could we assess Miller and what he's gonna be after the AJ fight if he suffers a loss? We don't know how devastating. It's the heavyweight division. We've seen Deontay Wilder put people down and leave them shaking. I think the dude's name was like Liakovic. We've seen what AJ done to Charles Martin. So I don't know, man. Charles Martin took a lot of time off. You just laugh because you like Charles Martin. He looks good on his way back, in your opinion. But he took a lot of time off after that AJ loss. And matter of fact, he almost went crazy. I mean, he was saying he was a god. He walked the earth. I mean, people question whether or not he was the new version of Pookie on his Instagram because he was looking like he done something. You remember that shit. You remember. This clip's still out there. So, like,
I think the moment was just too big for Charles Martin. And if you remember that fight, Charles Martin wasn't, like, knocked out cold. Got knocked down and then make the count back up. That's simply how it played out.
Chase said he got an iPhone. I don't know if that was a mastermind that didn't have an iPhone at the time, or if he was just chiming in on some other reason. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully, if you're a mastermind that didn't have one at the time and couldn't get in the chat, hit me up on Patreon /ThaBoxingvoice. What do we got today? Today is what? Sunday, Monday, right? So we got Untitled today.
Untitled today.
All right. So yeah, we out, champs. And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Hey.
Grouse 1911 on IG and Grouse 2312 on Twitter.
It's been a good one, guys. My final thoughts on it is that I know that DAZN aren't necessarily living up to expectations. However, we have to also look at the success that this AJ and Miller fight is kind of doing in terms of pre-sale. I think if we give them time, they'll probably do better in the future, but we'll see. It's been a good one, guys.
Yeah, AJ and Miller have the luck of coming after Canelo. So Canelo bringing some new U.S. subscribers. And, oh, shit, we got super chats. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just refreshing the page. My bad, y'all.
RMV says Ness, New Orleans running TBV like it's 1990s and the 2000s. No other city popping like us. Wody. All right. Peace. We out.